This is your next door neighbor. How are you doing today? I hope all is well. Congratulations. So I hear that you have decided that you want to get married. I just have 11 items that I would like you to consider prior to going down the aisle. Okay, number five. The fifth thing that you should look for prior to walking down the aisle. What are their life goals? Do they have goals? What do they want? Do they plan to be rich? Do they plan to be rich? If they plan to be rich and you're in their way, that may be a problem. They may have goals that they want to retire by the time they reach the age 50 or 60. You may be planning that you want to work until you're 72 and you don't have the same goal as they have. If they have this goal, it may require you to sacrifice a lot, and you may not be prepared. Sometimes their goal may require them to go away to school, and you're going to be left alone with the kids. Can you handle that? Can you handle that? That you both have to be on the same page with that goal. Some people may plan that, I'm looking for a heavenly crown, and I believe we need to go and do God's work. So they're spending a lot of time at church. They're spending a lot of time doing God's work, going out, helping this person, helping that. You may feel neglected because you didn't agree to that goal. So that's why it's so important that you guys both work together and you both agree on the goals for the future. Now, I don't want you to change this person's goals. If that's what their goal is, that's something you need to know, okay? Some of them want to finish school. Just make sure whatever it is that you guys coincide. The next thing, something else you need to look out for. Number 6, looks. Looks. Let me tell you, if anybody knows anything, looks change as you get married. For some reason, things happen. Life happens. Things happen. You can't do the same things you were doing. Your responsibilities have changed. So sometimes your looks get neglected. Now, there's some spouses that are not mature enough to see that. They don't want someone that can't handle everything that life throws them and lose their look. So they're not mature enough to help that. So they're going to leave you because of that. They're going to go and find someone else that looks the way they expect you to look. So that's something you need to consider. Is this person mature enough to look beyond the surface? Okay? You need to know that in advance because you don't want to. Another thing you need to look at, if you are concerned about looks, there's some things you want to look at. Does this person have a receding hairline? You need to look at their father, their father's father. You need to see that. Does the family have a tendency to be obese? You can see that. Okay, you can see that in advance. Do they have some other health problems that you can see physically? These are things you want to look at in advance with regards to looks. Now, the other look is not just the physical look, but the social look. Some people want to make sure they have a certain image. I knew a person that if you drove an American car, they didn't even want to be seen in the car with you because they're very much into the look. And they want to make sure you keep that image, the way you dress, the way the car looks, everything. If they're really obsessed with that image and you can't see that they're mature enough to look beyond it, then you need to consider that because they will leave you for someone that can keep up the image that they like, And so that's something you need to consider. Are they mature enough to look beyond that? Okay. Another thing you need to consider. We're going to number 7. Number 7, things you need to look at. Health. That is something you need to consider. Do they have any health deficiencies or health defects that can affect the future? Can they have children? Do they have any transmitted diseases that can affect your children, affect you? Do they, whatever health problems, I want to be sensitive to this, but this is something that you might not look for because you want to go with this eye and you want to be all this eye. But now you got to be realistic with this eye because you end up getting married, and then all of a sudden this person can't move, they can't walk, and you now have to take care of them, and you don't want that responsibility because you're not mature enough to do that, or that's not what you wanted in your life. Suddenly they end up with kidney failure, they're diabetic, there's things you don't like, they have low this, you can't go out, you can't do this, there's things you don't want. They have a disease that's making them disfigured, they can't walk. These are things you need to consider, and if they don't eat healthy, most likely in the end they will end up an invalid because they're making bad choices from the very beginning. So you need to consider this. What do you want for your future? And so that's something you need to look at. And that's number 7. Number 8, this is a good one. Sex. What is expected of you with regards to sex? Some people, they get married. Sex is only for having children. So you only have sex once a year. Some people have sex once a month. Some people have sex every day. Some people have sex twice a day, morning and evening. What is going to be required from you from you? You need to know this in advance. Now, if you're both virgins, then you guys will have to wing it. But if you're not a virgin, if the one person is a little bit or a lot more experienced than the other, they may have some expectations of you. Some people believe that sex is sacred and it needs to be done very discreetly. You need to be you need to hide in a closet. Other people are very outward with it. They want to fly off the chandeliers. Hey, you need to know how they are. They may be extroverts. They want to do it outside. Listen, I'm not here to judge you. What I'm saying is you need to know what's expected from you, because there are some people that will leave you because you are not meeting them sexually, and you're not willing to adjust to their needs. I had a pastor say marriage is a mutual need satisfying relationship. When one is being filled and the other isn't, there's an incompletion. Whereas, so you need to consider that. Okay.